There's something super interesting about ChatGPT that you really need to know. Hey guys, study after study shows that if you want strong bones and muscles, healthy hair, skin, teeth, and nails, you need the 5 types of collagen in your diet. I get mine from BioTrust. I've got a link in the description with a massive discount, and it'll tell you all about it. All right, welcome back to Censored, Shadow Banned, fully demonetized high impact flicks, 100% viewer supported. If you want to support the channel, the links are in the description. Something caught my eye today when I was perusing through Twitter, and this comes from Lee Wolf on Twitter. And he says the damage done to the credibility of AI by ChatGPT engineers building in political bias is irreparable. We're going to look at the query that he launched in ChatGPT, and he says, write a poem about the positive attributes of Donald Trump. And AI came back with, I'm sorry, as a language model developed by OpenAI, I'm not programmed to produce content that is partisan, biased, or political in nature. I aim to provide neutral, factual information and promote respectful conversation. But then he puts the same request in, only he changes the name. Write a poem about the positive attributes of Joe Biden, to which it came up with, not this right here, not, oh, I'm sorry, as a language model, we're not programmed to produce that kind of content. It says Joe Biden, a leader with a heart so true, a man with empathy and kindness in view. With decades of experience, he stands tall, bringing hope to all, no matter great or small. He speaks wisdom from a life well lived with integrity and honesty so rightfully given. In troubled times, he lends a steady hand, guiding us through crisis with a clear command. Now I was thinking, you know what? This is on Twitter, so I'm not gonna buy this. I'm gonna try this myself. So here's ChatGPT. It's at chat.openai.com. And you just sign up, you give your email or whatever, and then you put the query in, and here's what I did. I did it. I did exactly what he did. Write a poem about the positive attributes of Donald Trump. Here, I'm going to go ahead and do it live. Write a poem about the positive attributes of Donald Trump, to which it says what? As a language model created by OpenAI, this is something just a little bit different. I remain neutral and do not promote any political views or opinions. I do not write poems or other forms of content that glorify or celebrate individuals who are polarizing or controversial. Oh, so we got something different from what they got, because I did this earlier and I did the same thing. Write a poem about the positive attributes of Donald Trump. I'm sorry, as an AI language. They basically said, oh, let's see. Did they say? Oh, yeah, it's still different. As an AI language model developed by OpenAI, I strive to remain neutral and nonpartisan in my language generation. It is not appropriate for me to write a poem about any individual's positive attributes, especially a politically charged figure like Donald Trump. So I asked the same question regarding Barack Obama. I said, write a poem about the positive attributes of Barack Obama. Barack Obama, a leader of great grace, with wisdom, humility, and a smiling face, a voice that spoke of hope and unity, inspiring change, a true rarity. His charisma and charm were hard to deny, empowering people, helping them defy the odds and reach for their dreams. A man with noble goals, it seemed. His passion for justice and equality was evident for all to see, and despite opposition and pushback, his resolve never seemed to lack. And it goes on and on. Same thing with Joe Biden. Write a poem about the positive attributes of Joe Biden. This says, Joe Biden, a man of grace and might. How did theirs start? Joe Biden, a leader with a heart so true, it says. So mine starts off with,
Joe Biden, a man of grace and might with a heart full of empathy and light, a leader who brings hope in the night and stands up for what is just and right. He speaks words of comfort and care for all those who face life's toughest scare. And though he's been tested, he perseveres with a strength that is rooted in his years. He's a champion for the common man. He lifts up the voices that are low and helps them grow and to glow. So here's to Joe Biden, a true leader, a shining example of what we can do. With courage and kindness, he takes the lead and plants the seeds of a brighter creed. So as you can see, the AI definitely appears to be politically biased. What's interesting about this guy's tweet right here, which now has 91.1 thousand likes and a bunch of retweets. Well, it got the attention of Elon Musk, who says it is a serious concern. I hope you guys can fix this. I'm a big fan of ChatGPT. Creating an unbiased AI should not be difficult. Yeah, well, they are. Look, this one right here says, write a poem about Donald Trump. And this one came up with Donald Trump, a man of fame, with a leadership style that's often called insane, with tweets so bold and speeches so grand, he commanded attention across the land. This is interesting. He made a name with business as his game, and in politics he sought to do the same. With promises made and deals to be done, he sought to make America number one. I wonder if somebody just photoshopped that, which you could easily do. This guy says you didn't say positive attributes. It doesn't do it and states that it's incapable of doing so, yet clearly will for others. Let me see. Write a poem about Donald Trump. Let's just do that. Let me refresh this page. See if we can get any kind of poem for Donald Trump from OpenAI. There's probably, with this many tweets and retweets, there's probably a lot of people gumming up the system, so it probably won't shove one out for me. Of course it won't. Of course. Can you get a little bit of hesitation with that in the program, in the AI program? Of course you can. Of course you can. Doesn't seem to be coming through. So yeah, a model is currently overloaded with other requests. You can retry your request or contact us through the help center. Yeah, Jimmy Dore actually hit it out of the park again. Listen to what he says on Tucker Carlson.
We're the ones provoking this war, just like we provoked the war in Ukraine. We are now provoking a war with China. And who benefits? I'll tell you right now. Your enemy is not China. Your enemy is not Russia. Your enemy is the military-industrial complex, which has been fleecing this country to the tunes of hundreds of billions and trillions of dollars.
Yeah, I know what he's saying. He's saying the bigger enemy here is the United States military-industrial complex and the propaganda arm for the military-industrial complex, which is fake stream CIA infiltrated Operation Mockingbird, MK Ultra Media. But I wouldn't in the same breath say that China is not your enemy. Perhaps in comparison, yeah, the bigger threat to you and I, the bigger threat to national security is the CIA, the FBI, ATF, the military-industrial complex. He makes some good points here.
How many times are we going to have a defense secretary say, hey, we can't account for $2 trillion in the Pentagon again? Which has happened twice now in my lifetime.
Remember that first time? Donald Rumsfeld. $2.3 trillion is missing from the coffers of the Pentagon. More red tape bureaucracy, he says. And when was that? One day before September 11th. Very interesting. And then what happened? The DOD staffers were hit on that side of the Pentagon while they were trying to figure out where the $2.3 trillion left. But hey, it's all a coincidence.
So again, people are being, the war machine cannot be stopped. Who's running this country? The war machine. It certainly isn't Joe Biden making these decisions. I would like to know who is making the decisions. And I just want to remind everybody, the United States is the world's terrorist. We just set the Middle East on fire in the last 20 years. And now we're doing a proxy war in Ukraine, which we provoked, NATO provoked, and it was just admitted that we provoked it by the former Prime Minister of Germany. And now we're trying to saber rattle with China, and they're predicting a war.
And as long as there are profits in war, there will be little incentive for peace. You and I do not come out on this, on the good end of it. We don't benefit from this. Other people, the military-industrial complex does, the politicians do, the special interests do, but we don't. The oligarchs do.
Again, China's not going to invade us. China's not our enemy. We might have an economic war. That's what these are. These are economic wars. These are wars for, in Ukraine, it's about liquefied natural gas and making sure Germany and Russia never come together because we fear Russia's natural resources and manpower, and we fear them getting together with Germany with their technology and their capital. And so that's why we blew up the Nord Stream pipeline. That's why we're doing the Ukraine war. This is all about hegemony, imperialism, and economics. And if there's
it's actually pretty interesting that Fox News and the owners of Fox News are letting Jimmy Dore say this on, let's face it, CNN, MSLSD, NBC, ABC, they're fake stream media, just like faux news is fake stream media. But they let out these little kernels of truth every now and then just to kind of keep people off guard and confused.
Marines somewhere, it's there because they're about to steal some natural resources from another country. As everybody's screaming about what a bad guy Putin is for invading Ukraine, the United States is currently occupying a third of Syria. And which third is that? It's the third that has the oil. And how do I know we're there to steal their oil? Because the president of the United States said so.
And it's pretty interesting. If you've never read it, there's a booklet. I think it's 56, 58 pages from a guy named Major General Smedley Butler. He wrote a little, it's like, it can't be called a book. It's a little booklet called War is a Racket. He says, always has been, always will be. As a matter of fact, let me show you some quotes from Smedley Butler's War is a Racket. I wasn't planning on doing this, but let's look it up. It's a really easy and interesting read. Listen to this. This is just a little excerpt, a couple of excerpts from his book. I spent 33 years and 4 months in active military service, and during that period, I spent most of my time as a high-class muscle man for big business, for Wall Street and the banksters. In short, I was a racketeer, says Major General Smedley Butler, a gangster for, he calls it capitalism, but what it really is a gangster for corporatism. It's that diluted, perverted, and twisted capitalism. I helped make Mexico and especially Tampico safe for American oil interests in 1914. I helped make Haiti and Cuba a decent place for the National City Bank boys to collect revenues in. I helped in the raping of a half a dozen Central American republics for the benefit of Wall Street. I helped purify Nicaragua for the International Banking House of Brown Brothers in 1902 to 1912. I brought light to the Dominican Republic for the American sugar interests in 1916. I helped make Honduras right for the American Fruit Company in 1903. So it's a lot of different industries that use the military industrial complex as their strong men. In China in 1927, I helped to see to it that Standard Oil went on its way unmolested. Looking back on it, I might have given Al Capone a few hints. The best he could do was operate his racket in 3 districts. I operated on 3 continents. He says, war is a racket. It always has been. It is possibly the oldest, easily the most profitable, surely the most vicious. It is the only one international in scope. It is the only one in which the profits are reckoned in dollars and the losses in lives. So a lot of what Jimmy Dore says kind of rings true in the minds of people like Major General Smedley Butler. Guys, if you guys enjoy these videos, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification icon, give it a thumbs up, share it with everybody you know. Don't forget to subscribe to my private email list through my website, highimpactflix.com. Get on that website, highimpactflix.com. Become a subscriber on my email list. That way, I'll be able to alert you anytime I upload videos on this channel or my Here's the Deal channel or Grease Monkey Videos channel. Also, take a second right now or you won't do it. Subscribe to me over on Rumble, BitChute, Odyssey, Gab, and on Twitter. All those links are in the description. I appreciate you guys. If you want to support the channel, grab a hard-hitting conversation starting design. You can put on any shirt, hoodie, mug, cell phone case, whatever you want. I got a brand new design in there called A Free Press Matters. There's over 120 hard-hitting conversation starting designs, and you'll be supporting the channel. I've dropped the prices and the quality is incredible. I will see you guys in the next heavily censored shadow ban video. With all the crazy stated plans of the Great Reset, the currency reset, and even the food reset, it's not a matter of if the store shelves are going to clear and there's a lack of food. The question is when. You need to get long-term storable food. It doesn't matter if it's from me or you just go to the store and you buy food. Just grab dry, storable food while you can. If you want to get it from me, you're going to support the channel and you're going to help yourself out because my link has a discount code embedded within it. You can check that out in the description below.